So I watched all of the Umamusume anime, yes, including the chibi ones. And now, I'm gonna rank them on a tier list. There will be spoilers, so be warned. Of course, we're gonna start at where all the magic began, and that is Season 1. In Season 1, we have a special week who came from the countryside striving to become the best Umamusume, where she meets her gay awakening, her best friend Silent Suzuka, and her teammates Goldship, Vodka, Daiwa Scarlet, Tokai Teo, and Mejiro McQueen. Now, if I were to describe this season in one word, I think it's fine. It's fine. This season is just fine. Like, I had a pleasant time watching Season 1, but it's not where it sticks to me. But it's also not bad that I have to force myself to watch this like a Swiftie listening to this garbage and pretending they're eating good. And I don't think it's their fault, to be honest. Because like I said at the final parts of my previous video, Season 1 is like an experiment or testing on how they will continue the series onwards, while making it decent enough to garner at least a fan base. The animation is fine, the hype of the races is fine, but the way they told the real life stories of the main horses, however, could have been better, because I felt like they kind of half-assed it with the way the main characters were acted in the story. Yes, the horses have their stories, but it's still up to the writers to humanize these stories to make them fit their Umamusume counterparts. And I think Season 1 leaned more on the cute side or the cheesiness aspect of the series that it kinda affected the serious parts of the season, which are mostly based on real-life incidents or events. This is also probably why Special Week had this goody two-shoes persona. You know that one person who's too nice and passive that it makes that person boring? I don't want to sound like a dick, but that's what I think about Special Week. She acts like an English dub shonen MC while still speaking Japanese. Mind you, her nickname in real life is the Supreme Commander of Japan. Like, that's tough. But you wouldn't feel that in the anime. They moified her a bit too much. Like, at least make her feel like a Supreme Commander at the end. And then if we're talking about outside the racetracks, she's got nothing going on. Like, running gags or something? Nothing. She's not a force of chaos like Goldship. She is BFFs with Silent Suzuka. But that's Vodka and Daiwa Scarlet's thing. She doesn't have the Hachimi or meme status of Tokai Teo, and she's not as funny to be the butt of the joke as McQueen. She eats a lot, but that's Oguricap's flow. Word for word, bar for bar. That's why when she became a side character in the next seasons, she didn't stand out at all. She has nothing going on. Here, I think Special Week is adorable, and I will first to admit that I haven't played the games, but in the anime, she could have been more multifaceted, considering she was chosen to be the face of the franchise after this season. In my opinion, the best thing about this season is the characters as a group in general. They really do look like a bunch of dysfunctional bastards that aren't supposed to click, but they somehow did. I also like the side characters like Grass Wonder, El Condor Pasa, and my goat, my Lepuki bear, Haru Urara. Season 1 gets the C tier. Not bad, but not great either. It's fine. It's a good start from the series, and it became a basis and a lesson for how to make this series even better. And it's a good introduction into the Umamusume universe, so we treat Season 1 with respect here. The same goes for the OVA, focusing on Biwa Hayahide, Narita Taishin, and Winning Ticket. C tier. It's also fine for an OVA, but they could have highlighted the trio a bit more. Also, shout out to referencing the 12 billion yen incident, and also Goldship doing the MJ pose. Next, let's talk about the second season. In Season 2, Special Week takes the backseat, and it's now Tokai Teo's turn to be the MC, where she aims to catch up to her senpai, which is her real life's father's legacy, no matter how hard the struggles are. And oh boy, what a journey. A dream journey! First of all, the overall quality of the anime has improved with better animation and visual metaphors to emphasize the hype or the intensity, but what made this season really good is the story. The roller coaster of emotions Tokai Teo gave to me is just insane. Like, I was already spoiled watching Season 2, but that didn't stop me from getting emotional whenever Tokai Teo is on the verge of giving up after recovering from injury after injury, and when she made that comeback. Absolute cinema. And not only that, there's even that one time when Rice Shower became the MC for a couple of episodes. And it was peak as well. In case you don't know why this Uma is arguably as beloved as Haru Urara, It's because in real life, this horse was hated for winning races, which is kinda weird if you think about it. But because these races are supposed to be three-peats for Mihono Bourbon and Menjiro McQueen, if they happen to win them, Rice Shower was perceived as the party pooper for stealing those wins from them. And the way they showed how Rice Shower was affected by all of this was just sad. Glad that there was a happy ending that despite the crowd still hating her, despite her hard-earned win, at least the other Umas acknowledge her greatness. Season 2 is so peak. Even the side story clears. Just don't look up the real-life Rice Shower. It's for your own good. So overall, Season 2 gets an absolute S tier for me. This is peak Umamusume. It has the horse girls being cute gimmick, it has the races, it has the funny moments, it has your favorites, it even has Matikane Tannhauser. That alone makes this season S tier worthy. All hail the Mambo! But the stories, man. The heartbreak, the comeback, the grit, perseverance. This season is what I said, the lesson or conclusion they learned from the season 1 experiment. That instead of leaning more on the cute side, they realized the peakness potential of the sports aspect of their franchise, and that's where they locked in. I may sound like I'm glazing this season like everyone to Mr. Beast before all of that happened, but I don't care. S tier. Next, we have Season 3, and we have Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond taking the spotlight. Yes, that one horse with a pic of her with her tongue out, and the one that accidentally pandered to a specific type of audience. Now, I admit that this was a downgrade from Season 2, as the majority seems to think, but in my opinion, it's not that bad of a downgrade. Like some of you treated Season 3 like it killed your family or something. I still enjoyed this season. One major complaint I always hear about Kita-san Black is that she's too strong to have adversity, she has no real rivals, and I kinda agree with that. But what I love about Season 3 is that they tried to tell another story, which is the complete opposite of Season 2. Season 2 is about proving everyone wrong and persevering through challenges that seem impossible. But Season 3 is about knowing your limits and when to hang up the boots. Kita-san Black was known for being a very strong horse, but in the anime, brute force doesn't necessarily mean longevity. Hence why she retired pretty early. They could have done a better job telling the story, but I get what they're doing. They also lacked a portion of new memorable side characters, which is something they always nail every season. Season 1 had the Haru Uraras, the Condor Pasas. Season 2 had the Mambos, Twin Turbos, and the Nice Natures. But in Season 3, a Season 2 Uma is carrying the side character section. That's how bleak it is. I will put Season 3 in C tier. I still prefer Season 3 over Season 1 because it already had the polished formula when it comes to its presentation. They already know what they're doing 3 seasons in, and I was also invested in Kita-san Black's story. Now for a quick break, I will put the chibi spin-offs in the what the fuck is this show even about tier. They're a funny miniseries where everything happens and the not so popular Umas get their moments to shine. Like the first episode of Umayuru is an aura farming contest. We have Initial D parodies, a TM Opera O glazing musical, which is somehow won by TM Opera O herself because of course she did. We have epic rap battles, and then we have a cooking show featuring Oguri Cup and Special Week. Who in their right mind would think this is a good idea? Also, Chibi Agnes Tachyon steals the show every time she appears. Like, what is she doing, man? So yeah, I recommend watching the chibi spin-offs if you have time. It's on the PakaTube channel. And speaking of that, if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It really helps. Okay, next is the 4-episode OVA, Road to the Top. The focus of this OVA is Narita Top Road, TM Opera O, and Admire Vega, and their rivalry. But first of all, I would like to say, the title goes hard. Like, get it? Road to the Top, Narita Top Road. It's a story about Narita Top Road reaching the top, so Road to the Top. You get it. I don't know what to say. It just goes hard. Anyways, Narita Top Road's goal is to win a G1 race, which is a very prestigious achievement a horse can have. But she keeps losing by a close margin. Then we have Admar Vega, an antisocial Uma who's been dealing with survivor's guilt because her twin sister died at birth. Holy crap, what a tone shift. God damn. And then we have TM Opera O, and her biggest problem is she's addicted to aura farming. In all seriousness, the presentation got a jump up with season 3. The animation is just better. That final sequence of them fiending for that first place, chef's kiss. This is also the first time Umamusume got a bit too serious with their stories, like with Admire Vega overcoming her demons. However, my biggest gripe about Road to the Top is that Narita Top Road is suffering from what I call the special week syndrome, because she's kinda the least interesting character in her own show. Like, Admire Vega's story was compelling and a change of pace, and TM Opera O is obviously going to steal your spotlight no matter what. Road to the Top gets a B. Overall, it's a good watch. Could have been A tier, but Top Road was overshadowed on her own show. And not only that, right after her win, TM Opera O would obliterate her every time they race again in real life. And what's worse than that, she arguably has the worst initials in all of Umamusume. Next, let's talk about Umamusume, Beginning of a New Era. This movie is about Jungle Pocket, Agnes Tachyon, Manhattan Cafe, and Dance to Flame as they usher in a new era of horse racing. First of all, holy crap, this movie looks good. All of that gacha money they've sucked from the whales have finally shown their worth. The color grading, the visual metaphors, and the animation in general, goodness gracious, this movie is the most aesthetically pleasing of all the Umamusume anime. So about the story, I said that the movie has these four as the focus, but I think it's just mostly Jungle Pocket and Agnes Tachyon. Jungle Pocket's goal is to be the strongest, but the reason why the story is interesting is that the plot drives forward with aggressor Talcum. She has only competed in very few races, but she dominated those races so hard that she was considered in the future face of the league convos. Imagine being so strong, no one can touch you, that your true rival is the speed limit of a horse. She had to be delusional to be competitive. That's how crazy she is. But unfortunately, she had to retire due to a career-ending injury. Jungle Pocket lost her motivation, but was replaced by the dreams of her trainer and Fuji Kiseki, who also had to prematurely retire due to injury. This is considered a blessing in disguise with the other characters because they went and became winners in their own right post Tachyon retirement. But instead of enjoying her glory, Jungle Pocket has developed a severe imposter syndrome because of Tachyon, because despite being a winner at that moment, she believes that she still lost to the true strongest, which was Tachyon. Meanwhile, Tachyon is slowly becoming aware that she's being left behind by her peers. They really went full on cinema with their story here, because we really came from cute anime horses to characters getting PTSDs. I love Jungle Pocket's character. I also like that she's the brash and tomboyish type unlike the other main characters, which is why it is a shame because despite her good characterization in the movie, the spotlight was stolen by Agnostic Technologia because holy crap, her races go so hard. She got the psycho mad scientist thing going and it's the coolest thing ever. But not only that, there's another one who stole the remaining spotlight, and that is none other than TM Opera O. Stealing the spotlight from two main characters back to back is nasty work. She even got her final boss speech going on, like how it's a privilege to fall on her glory. She even got her own power-up going on. That is definitely not her cliff farming for TikTok edits. Then right after winning first place, instead of slowing down, catching her breath, she immediately slid and did the Kamina pose. Like, yes, we get it. We see the fit.
Hey, Vader!
Overall, this movie gets an A tier. A huge step up in every aspect. My only gripe is Jungle Pocket was slightly affected by the special week syndrome, but she still managed to hold up. And also, I expected Manhattan Cafe and Dance to Flame to be a bit more integral with the story. And then lastly, we have Cinderella Gray, where we now have our beloved glutton Oguri Cap as the main character. Throughout the franchise, Oguri Cap's thing was just being a fat ass, but in this installment is where she shows her other talents. The first thing you will notice here is the full-on shift in tone compared to the other anime. Back then, the cutesy stuff was a priority, but Cinderella Gray is just full-on shonen. The moe aspect of the series has been severely minimized. Basically, no more frenemies crap, because after several anime releases, they finally put bullies in the school for the first time. She's forgiven though, we love her. They removed the pretty derby in the title because Cinderella Gray is pretty metal. I mean, they even broke the tradition of putting an anime opening performed by the Umas, because this is the first time they outsourced their anime opening. And it goes so hard. Also, I like that they now emphasize the explanation of the strategic aspect of horse racing, which was missing throughout the whole series, like when to accelerate, where to position yourself on the track, things like that. Then when it comes to Oguri Cap, she's like the LeBron James of her generation. I mean, they even glaze her like LeBron. The moment she made her debut, everyone knew she was different. She was even put into face of the league convos. As a rookie, and in the racetrack, her presence alone brings a certain amount of fear to her opponents. Even the veterans are scared, like, "Ref, do something! She's gonna kill her!" At this point, every Uma besides her actual rivals is just there for Oguri Cap to obliterate. When it comes to the story, we all know that Oguri Cap is not an underdog, but her challenges are more of her unfortunate circumstances rather than her opponents, although she will have rivals that will test her limits. But that is not only what Oguri Cap is all about, because outside the tracks and eating, her brain turns off and becomes the cutest character in her own anime. So as of now, Cinderella Gray goes to A tier, because this anime is still ongoing as this video is being made. And right now, it's my second favorite Umamusume anime. And if this anime ended as good as right now, it might take over season 2 as my best. And I don't think I'm ready for that. And that's it. This is my Umamusume anime tier list. What is your favorite Umamusume anime? Let me know in the comments below. I react to them via YouTube Shorts. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Go to sing, 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 sing, go to 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 sing, sing, go to 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 sing.